Hello again. This is my third video related to my ongoing experience with CLL and taking Ibrutinib. As I mentioned earlier, that I would make a video to kind of discuss how things are going with the medicine and how the blood work, my blood tests, the results, and what they look like as we move through this process. Today is March 9th, 2019, and Saturday, and Wednesday that just passed, I completed 1 full month of using the medication. And once again, no side effects, nothing I've noticed, so that's good news. I did go to the doctor I guess it's on the 27th of February, and I had blood work done again. And as the doctor mentioned, after taking this medication, Ibrutinib, that my test results would not show any improvement. As a matter of fact, they'd probably be worse. Sure enough, they were. My white blood count, and this is only after a period of a month, basically. My white blood count nearly doubled from 30 to 62. My platelets went from 82 to 102. And my lymphocytes nearly doubled as well. It went from 26 to 58. So that's a pretty significant jump in the course of 1 month. Again, this was predicted by the doctor, and he said that they would eventually show some improvement. I didn't ask him how long it would take, but he certainly seemed confident that they would. I have to assume they'll improve, hopefully over a reasonable period of time. In 2 months from now, I'll be going back and getting blood work once again and seeing him as well. So we'll get an idea, a good idea how well we're doing. But the side effects from the medication are nothing, really. Certainly there's always a little concern with your blood count moves all over the place like that. The platelets, what the platelets do apparently help you with blood clotting, so that I guess if you have a wound or an injury where it bleeds, it could be more difficult for your blood to clot. So I guess you're supposed to be careful. Don't do anything that you might have you stop bleeding. The lymphocytes are there to help prevent infections and diseases, I guess. And again, as I said, they nearly doubled. So, not that I hang around with sick people, but I guess I'll be more careful to avoid hanging around with anybody who might be sick or anything like that. But other than that, I feel good. There was a side effect that you might get sores in your mouth, and I noticed about a week or 10 days ago, I did get a couple of sores in my mouth. I think I had one up on the inside, one about here and here, but they didn't last. They went away, so I don't know if that had anything to do with the medication. If it did, there was really no pain to it, but they're gone now. So we'll wait and see. Maybe the body will, react to it, later on down the road, but one would think if there's going to be side effects after a month of taking them, one would have expected to see some side effects by now. I did mention, I think in my first video, how much this medicine cost, and I actually went online. My doctor told me anywhere between $10,000 and $15,000 a month. I went online and saw that CVS, sure enough, they have it for $13,000 and change for 90 tablets, and that's kind of what I take each month. I did get my first bill from the VA. It was $11. Well, I'm really happy. I don't have any other medical insurance outside of the VA, and certainly most medical plans you have a copay, and if your monthly bill would have been $13,000 and you've got a 10 or 20% copay, that's a serious piece of change. So again, thank goodness for the VA. I'll never complain about them, and quite frankly, my doctor visits to the VA hematologist. It doesn't cost anything at all. So if you are a veteran or know a veteran, make sure they go. Even if they're not sick, you can register. And you know, some benefits. I have a small disability from an injury in my elbow when I was in the Philippines. Even with that small disability, I was able to get all these things I just mentioned to you. I did file, by the way, with the VA for my leukemia, and I'm trying to see if I can get a claim based on exposure to Agent Orange while in Vietnam. I was in Vietnam for one solid year, and there really wasn't any place in Vietnam that wasn't exposed to Agent Orange and other chemicals. And I went to the VA website and saw they have something called presumptive diseases related to Agent Orange. And when you know it, CLL is on that list. So I go back to the VA for an exam on the 20th of this month, March, for an examination, and we'll see. Not that having CLL is good news, but if I can get some compensation as a result of my exposure to Agent Orange, I'll take it. So thank you, and if you have any questions, you know, type them in and I'll certainly answer them. I haven't had anything as yet. This is my third video. I certainly won't do it that often any longer since I really haven't any side effects. And what I'll do is each time I go to the doctor or I have some blood work, I'll discuss that, because that hopefully will show some progress and hopefully some improvement. And it might be a little more meaningful than just saying hi every week. So thank you for watching, and might not hurt to get some blood work. Hopefully you won't have any negative responses to it. Have a great day. Oh, by the way, all this Elvis stuff, my wife, she's a big Elvis fan, so we call this the Elvis room, no doubt. I can take Elvis. So long now.